boys and girls, and hope you didn't end up on Santa's naughty list. Or do I? Welcome back to Call of War Goias, South America, day 26 to 27. We have not made an update for a little bit because not really has happened during Christmas, but I'll show you what has happened today. The last thing I updated was a naval battle outside South America, where no less than 45 plus 11 German submarines were destroyed, and earlier the other day 11 there, so that's a total of 22, 45, 67 submarines. That's a lot. Okay. Now Germany apparently decided that oh no, he found my submarine. How did that happen? Or did he? He decided that submarine was not the way to go. So for as soon as I've logged in, I've seen this steady stream for 2 days of level 1 naval bombers streaming past El Joff. So it's a good thing I have shared maps with Libya. I have not been able to count them because it's a never-ending stream. It's ridiculous. Just a minute ago though, I saw 40 naval bombers heading for, I think, around here or around here somewhere, and here are even more. So at least 50, but probably more. I would guess between 50 and 100 naval bombers. Now he apparently just researched them because he realized that, as I did, to kill his sub stacks, he needs to have naval bombers. Thing is, mine are max level, his level 1, so now he has to upgrade all these and research them. That's going to be a lot of gold or a lot of resources either way. And I have a submarine sneaking down the coast here, and I don't know why he's hitting or patrolling right here. I think he might have gotten a bearing on this submarine, but it is level 6, and according to the text, these should not be able to find this because you need to be the same level or above. Anyways, Germany is building an incredibly large naval bomber force. That will be a significant problem when they're upgraded and he can reach further here. They are going to be able to support a landing. Other than that, last night I saw a nuclear bomber heading for my little fleet. Remember, I have 3 carriers, 1 battleship, and here I have 2 cruisers. That's what I have. That's my navy. But it hit it. Oh, actually, I shut it down because I just managed to see it approaching, and I had patrolling planes, so I intercepted it. But just right after that, when I wasn't looking, he hit Natal instead of my fleet, and he killed, I think, 5 ground units, and unfortunately a full stack of rocket fighters, which were, after hitting the nuclear bomber, I think it was returning to Natal and landing, so it got wiped. And also, he severely damaged my navy with that nuclear strike, but he only sunk 2 destroyers. So I was a bit lucky that my navy survived. If it'd been a direct hit with the first nuclear bomber, these would probably have sunk. But losing 10 rocket fighters certainly was very painful for me, with my limited production capabilities. That is, if you multiply 20,000 money, 20,000 rares, 15,000 oil, 12,000 manpower, let's say 8,000 goods, that is nothing to sneeze, and also the production time. I'd say, yeah, that is about I don't know, 10 hours worth of production for some resources, so half a day. Luckily though, not long ago, my 2 stacks of patrolling long-range fighters here, they saw a full stack of 10 German interceptors or fighters, and they were only level 3, whereas mine are level 6 now. And remember, I can also build level 7s. It would be too expensive to upgrade these, so I'm just keeping them on 6. But when I build new ones, I build level 7s. And 20 versus 10, I just attacked them, and I think I sapped his entire stack. And as you can see, yeah, they took some losses, but nothing major. I'm not even sure they were at full health before, and they barely down 10%. So that air combat went very well. So in the long run, well, no, sorry, in the short run, I think these level 1 naval bombers can't do very much. First, they only have a 350 range, which is not very far. I think, okay, if you see from Monrovia, they can only go out as far as these white circles, so they can only really control this area. So that's not invasion, offensive capabilities. Obviously, it's a great defensive threat if I can't get up to him, obviously, except scout. This is just a sacrificial scout. I felt I needed some information, and I don't want to lose a sub needlessly, but I really need to know where is their major airport. Is that they're all flying from Monrovia now, it seems. Oh, it's only a level 1 aircraft factory. Well, that means since Mexico was nice enough to give me a nuclear bomber. I don't know if you remember this, but I've flown it. I finished it and I've flown it home now, and I am now constructing an airstrip here in Parnarmaririm because the nuclear attack destroyed the airbase in Natal. So I'm not sure how far this is gonna reach, this nuclear bomber, but I certainly am looking. If I see a stack of 80 naval bombers, this does 575 damage to airplanes, and these only have 23 hit points, so that's 20 naval bombers. That's it. That's not great. Maybe it's better to use it for something else. It would be nice if I had a large cruiser force and could sap his airbase and leave the planes as convoys and then zoom in and shoot them with my cruisers. That is obviously not something I have, it's just a fancy dream. But, okay, second, I have kind of a new setup since he's now gonna start mass pumping out nuclear bombers and soon nuclear rockets. I think these towns, Fortaleza, Natal, Recife here on the front, so to speak, on the front line closest to him, they're just gonna be impossible to hold because nuclear weapons, forts, just bypass them. So whatever I have in here is dead meat. So what I'm keeping is basically a stack of 2-3 units. Yeah, a nuclear attack will eliminate them, but I need a small garrison just as a placeholder. And it's kind of, if he lands here, I'm planning on having building forts in these provinces behind, and kind of have a fort line going from, say, down here Salvador up to Fortaleza. So even if he lands here, it's open ground. No, it's flat territory, yeah, plains. And then he's gonna run into field fortifications. They can only be level 3. Level 3 hides my troops, and they give 45% damage reduction. So and then maybe I can have in a couple of days a few counter-attacking armor cars and artillery and build up. And then along the coast up here, I will just use. I have 30 submarines here, which is not bad for a little South America. So that is kind of, if I see landing forces coming around here, up here, without air support, maybe carriers or submarines supporting them, I hope to do not a land defense, but a naval, combined naval-air defense on my coastline. And then I don't have that many cities up here. 1, 2, 3 cities that I will try to hedgehog, build forts and have some garrisons, because they will be out of nuclear range. So they are worthwhile fortifying and garrisoning fairly heavily. And from up here, I have my cruisers from Texas, and I hope to build up a naval force from San Juan down to the coast, and that means the entire Mexican Gulf will be kind of a lake that I don't need to protect that well, because these islands I hope also will be like a chain of defense. Certainly doesn't look like Germany is interested in going from Miami down to, well, here where my... So this is kind of a second-hand naval air defensive line theater, and my main line obviously is going to be down here because he seems focused to butt into Natal, which is good because that means I couldn't build forts everywhere, but I think here might be a good place to build forts. That's a pretty spastic song, if you ask me. Then further south, yeah, that is a thin line. I have a small 5 submarine fleet here. I have a small 5 submarine with 1 cruiser down here. So, and as you can see, like 1 infantry and occasional rocket battery. It's a very thin line, and I have a lot of industrial production down here. I'm not happy with these defenses at all. But obviously, the more navies. Okay, yeah, I have a repairing 10 stack of submarines. Maybe I should send that a little bit south. I think I will, just in case. I think what I will have to do is have a few submarines to delay any landings here, and then be prepared to send naval bombers down south, and hope that I'm online if he does a surprise attack here. The good news is that Ethiopia accepted a peace treaty, and he is now at war with Western Australia, which is inactive by all means. But I think that means that Ethiopia has decided to expand versus the few AI nations that are left in the world, which is perfectly fine as long as he doesn't. If that peace offer was sincere and he doesn't attack me, I'm very grateful. Because remember, I backstabbed him and took out a lot of lands. But I have offered my apologies and tried to explain to him that I felt it was necessary for my survival. I got 40, 50 troops back, and look how thin my defenses are, even with those survivors from Africa that I pulled back. It's just small 1, 2, 3 stacks all over the place. It's a big continent, South America. Right, I guess you're a bit curious about North America then. Well, it isn't as exciting as it might look here, to be honest. It was just Mexico having heavy tanks sitting inactive during Christmas in towns, and me using artillery and dive bombers to take them out while he did nothing. And now I'm basically just cleaning up. He has 1 unit left here, and as far as I know, he has 1 heavy tank in Rock Springs. That is all the Mexican forces I've seen. So, and I have about 10 or so armored cars just rushing northwards and zipping along and gobbling everything up. So without any opposition. And I'm hoping to reach as far, maybe even take all of Alaska. And of course I offered Illinois territory. It said like you could take Alaska and you could take Canada, which I suppose would be north of this very straight line here to Vancouver. You know, I would be willing to give even more territories to him. Although he isn't very active and his army isn't very strong, only 167 units, and they're not the best tech. But he is alive. He has a large air force. 39 air units sitting in 1 stack, 26 level 2 type. You know, I'd rather have him as an inactive, not very strong. I wouldn't call him an ally, but definitely I am risking sharing maps with him. I do not think he's feeding Germany information because he's still at war with Germany. They're not fighting, but they have. You know, why isn't he invading St. John's and securing that so Germany is a bit further away? But you know, he asked me, what do you want me to do? Like, and he accepted a few trades. My guess is he's on my side. He wants to survive. He doesn't want Germany to invade and kill him, and so he's not gonna backstab me, especially now when I offered him free land. I think he's on my side. But you never know in this game. You never know in this game. Be very, very careful. So Texas was another thing though. I had to bomb his main army, which was like, I don't know, 24 units. That took a long time, but they were low level, so they didn't do a lot of damage. And then he had a lot of light tanks and a lot of armored cars sitting around here outside of my cruiser batteries by the coastal shore. And I slowly had to whittle away with my tactical bombers, and they got down to orange before this day's 24-hour tick, which gives you health back. My other tactical force was also down. So really, I was scraping the barrel, I was stretched, I was running around with a few armored cars. I had my 3 tanks here, and you know, I managed. I slowly whittled him down by using my very limited resources that I had at my disposal. And the only reason I could do that was because I had higher level research tech. This, I think, is the last Texan army. 3 armored cars and 2 light tanks. As you see, they only have 0.5 anti-air, and these have 1.5. But I can, even though these are light armored units, I can use tactical bombers to take them out because they're so bad at defending versus air units at these levels. And the last thing we'll see about Texas is probably him sitting here in what I think was a Spanish province, Tarbes. Now he never gonna get kicked out, and I think each consecutive war used to be detrimental to your morale all over. Now I can't see a tooltip regarding that, but if you had 10 wars going on, it was much worse morale-wise gain, and but now I don't know if many wars are bad. I see many nations having an incredible amount, like Japan is at war with 15 nations or something. Yeah, Japan only has their main islands. I think Germany has said, listen, you can stay in the game, you can have a position, you can have some gold, you can sit on your island, but you need to take the rest of your armed forces and you need to invade South America. That is my guess, because Japan, he has such an incredible bad, well, he has the Philippines, he has Borneo. I guess he's taken out, wasn't oh yeah, I think Borneo was a human nation, but I mean, I guess they're gone. And New Guinea consists in being at war with me. I asked him why. Oh, okay, because Germany said that you're going to invade me. I tried to explain to him, no, Germany has 2.5 times my production and 4 times my armed forces, and he's trying to destroy me. He has nuked me, and he, you know, he's like, I am not going to invade you. And he's like, yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're a threat to me. Okay. And Japan, who made, I think Germany attacked Japan once, made peace deal with him, then attacked him again. Like, yeah, that is the guy you want to support. That is the guy you want to trust. And also, Germany is now speaking about the devil, 2,300 points. Yeah, so did he lose points? Did he give away territory? I think he had 2340. But he's like, basically, if he would take out these AI nations up here, I think he would win the map. That's not what he wanna do. He wanna spend Christmas building 100 level 1 naval bombers and show me who's the boss. What is this little red dot? What is this? Here we have 30 dive bombers flying from, wait, they're flying from Monrovia, yeah. And they're flying to where? Oh yeah, they are the ones it says bombarding, which I think, I mean, he's not patrolling, flying around in a circle. He is striking here. So he's just basically saying, maybe Goias has a navy here. In that case, I hit him. We know he has at least 135 dive bombers. But they're still level 4. I mean, come on, they have 15 ship damage. They have 23 heavy armor, so I'm never gonna build heavy armor, of course. But what is he doing? Has he gotten like an? I think maybe that's where I sapped. No. I mean, I must have sapped his scouting fighters around here, not down there. I don't know what Germany is doing, but he's obviously using his his air forces to. Maybe he's a little bit paranoid. But what else could Germany do? I guess he's allied or puppeted Egypt and Libya. Libya is actually trading with me. I think because I was really nice to him. So he's giving me a few very well needed trades, and he's not building any forces. He's 23 units is what he's got. So I think he's just sitting. He's not playing. He's just waiting for the end of the game. It would be incredibly easy for Germany to take him out and gain some more victory points. So basically, here he left North India alive. He left Tibet alive. He left well, Kazakhstan. I guess it has been an ally of Germany, so I can understand that, you know, he should be in the game. And then I'm sure he promised Bolivia and Texas that before this game ends, you're gonna have all your territories back, and I'm gonna kill South America for you, and then you can have your lands back, because I'm such a swell guy. Obviously, Illinois isn't very strong. If he would focus on Illinois, he could just invade it, and then he would win the map. I think his ego demands, because I gave him a few setbacks, his ego demands that he wipes me off the map still. I am, however, the most advanced nation with 9% research. Germany is only down to 6% research. I'm sorry this menu keeps popping. It just stays up a very much too short time. Okay, Libya and Japan are more advanced research-wise than Germany. Gabon, which is gone from the map, which is more the research levels are ridiculous on this map. They're very low, but that is good, I guess. Ethiopia 6%, Alaska 5%, Illinois 5%, Mexico 5%, Iraq 5%. So Illinois is only 5%, so they're a very low tech level. He needs to research. I should write. I'm gonna write him that you really need to invest in researching your troops. Okay, here's the combat. So oh no, I ran into okay, this submarine is dead now. Yep. And I did not get to see what this navy was. It just says convoy. Okay, so my main goal was to spot his submarines are now up to level 5. No, they were their entire time. Sorry. My main goal was to spot how many carriers, if carriers, if what. So I sacrificed this submarine for nothing, you might say. I got Conakry had a level 5 naval base. That's not very useful information. Maybe this is a psychological incitement for him to be a little bit more defensive and not. You know, it gives me more time. I'm trying to buy time, but okay. Bad investment, but I felt it was worth it just to get some information. Freetown. I can't even see what's in Freetown. All right. So they're dead, and that submarine is dead. Right. I wanted to show you the newspaper here. Yeah, I killed 6 plus 4 interceptors, so I sapped those, as I mentioned earlier. Now, I wonder what Germany will say about me piecing out Ethiopia. Right, Germany has now lost 168,000 to my 225. Yes, I lost a lot more troops, but remember, he did a devastating surprise attack to me day 18, and I wasn't ready, and I took a lot. I have lessened his increase gradually, and I am doing better now, better and better and better, but he still has killed a lot more troops than me. Oh, look at this tax revenue stolen. Look at this. Look how many small amounts of today's tax revenue of the fair people of Guyana were intercepted and stolen by unknown robbers. Look how many spies Germany has in my territories. Mysterious explosion. I'll show you the espionage. I caught day 27. I haven't really counted. We caught 3 plus 1, 4 plus 3, 7 plus 2, 9 plus 2, 11. Right, so here are places where I have counter espionage. There I caught 11 spies, and that is 110,000 money. That is a lot. To me, at least that's a lot. And I can't even get a bearing So I guess he has he has a ton of spies in other locations that I don't see. Small amounts on today's tax renew. Okay, I mean I got the last one, a mysterious explosion, yada yada. That is trying to destroy morale and infantry. Syracuse. Why is Illinois? That's weird. Okay, because of share map, I can see that the Illinois caught the spy. Is that it? Anyway, Germany is literally, he's sending so many spies to me. So he's basically focusing his entire game on this guy who did not agree to call him a great power. I never written a single word to him. I would hate to get to know this guy real well. He must be a fanatical asshole. Well, he could be the nicest guy in the world, but he certainly plays this map as a total psychopath. I never seen anything like this. I mean, I would probably just, this map is not very challenging for me. I have so much money, resources. I would just win the map and move into a new, because it's kind of in the beginning where it's fun. This guy's like, no, I wanna take everyone on the map and I wanna send them on one single player, even though I outmatch him at least 3-1 in everything. And then I'm just gonna kill him, because that is fun to me. Kick the little guy in the face. But it's just incredible. I know people are kind of on the internet and in computer games not the nicest people, but it's just almost scary. It's a bit unnerving, to be honest. I have a bit of an unpleasant feeling about this guy in Germany, to be honest. It's not all right. It's not all well. Yeah, this turned out to be a long, almost half an hour stream. But obviously my plans now are to finish up the sweep of North America and then build a lot of level 7 interceptors. And then I am researching atomic bombs and actually cruisers, because I have a long-term plan to go mix my level 6 cruisers that have 30 anti-air with a couple of the submarines that will give an incredible naval attack, and also a very good, not super good, but a good, better than 10 submarines. So it would be a mix of protection between his naval bombers. That's gonna be a level, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 at that time. So when I build so many submarines, I feel like I shouldn't build more submarines, say 100 or so. I hope I'll be ready to start pumping out and mixing submarines with anti-air cruisers, and then if I pop out naval bombers with fighters on top of those mixed stacks, I hope to be able to withstand the sure to be coming German assault. Okay, he's moving his navy out to there. Right. That are my plans. I have a second nuclear bomber being finished soonish. As we saw, they are not that efficient, and yeah, I'll be back in a day or two, and I hope I don't get overrun until then. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. I hope you're still having a very nice Christmas vacation, and say hello to your families, and take care out there. See you later. Bye bye.